Salam alaikum. This message will be in English for several reasons I will explain later on. However, if you're not a developer or a programmer who works in programming and developing, and you also have to be interested in Quranic research and Quran study and all that to be actually involved in this video. First of all, the reason I'm doing this in English is that uh, I want it to be delivered to the most uh, like amount of people so that um, you will know why. Because it's for people who are interested in Quran. They will be interested in it because it's about it, and a lot of those people don't speak Arabic, and a lot of them speak English. So that's that. Um, to get started with what I'm about to share here is the product is not by any means complete um, for what it was potential or for what potentially it has actually. But I want to show you what I've done so far with this, and um, I want to put it out there for developers who are interested in those studies and um, put on their energy in it, I guess, because this is a huge thing that I am involved in, and I don't have the energy to complete it. But I really um, I really believe that it has the potential to be a really thorough, uh, scientific, um, fundamentally based on numbers kind of study of the Quran, because the Quran is the objective truth that was revealed to humanity 1400 years ago. Whatever atheists say, or I don't want to get into any arguments. This is not the not this is not for that. It's just to show human beings that this revelation is actually not of a human nature, rather a divine nature where numbers are numbers is language, not only a quantity, not only to measure quantity. Actually, the numbers have a lot of not a lot of the universe is built on those numbers. And Nicholas Tesla once says that who has the knows the secret of 369 has a secret to the universe. So to say this is all to say that the universe is fundamentally built on numbers, and numbers equations and whatnot, and so that is the Quran. So that's why it's not negotiable anymore, not with me at least, with what I've been with what have been revealed to me through those years of research and studying of the Quran. It's a message for human beings, um, and we need to dig into it. It's not enough what what we've already tried to understand from it. Now is the time to actually um, really understand what it means because it's amazing. It answers all the big questions of philosophy of how the universe started, how it's gonna end, what's gonna happen, who are we as humans, who is what is your soul, what is your spirit, what are the spirits, what are the other dimensions where there's other intelligent entities live. All of those questions are in these 114 um, chapter. It tells you everything about everything, actually. And reading it only like that, which for 400 years Muslims have been doing, is just like, if you go to the ocean and you just get like a little bit of water with your hand. You know what I mean? And not only drink from it all, just drink a little bit. That water that this man drank is only what they've got for 1400 years of this amazing book. So all I'm saying is, do not look at how Muslims think and whatnot. I don't want to get into those arguments either, but what I want to say is just it is a pure Quranic study, no more than that. No other books from outside it. That's a very important message too. It's not a message, it's for anyone who wants to work with it by any means. I'm not saying like there's restrictions or anything, no. But I hope that no other philosophies gets involved. Anyways, everybody is free to do whatever they want. I just want you to show. I want to show you now what we have so far, and what is the potential. Why there's a potential. Why the potential of this program is really really good and really big to for something really uh, good start for study, I guess, for studying the Quran. So basically here, like you saw, we have all the verses here. All of them are here. Once you select one, this visual representation of the chapter is very simple actually, because it looks for each verse. Like here we have 26 verse, right, of Surah Al-Ghashiyah, 26, right? And it gives you each verse how many word is in it. So the first one is 4 words, the second is three, etc. And now you can also go to that particular verse that you want. Uh, just it's just like a visual representation of it, and also for the letters. By any means, this is not uh, complete. It is complete, like the version, like those verses, they're all complete and they're actually really with the uh, like audited version of the Quran. I just took the what do you call it, tashkil, you know what I'm talking about, off uh, because when you go to deal with I'll show you like further on what we have in the back end, and maybe this will make, but because in the back end we are kind of like destructuring all the letters and the verses, and I say we because my brother Muhammad Bitar, he is the mind actually. I'm the mind of the theory, I guess, and he's the mind of the program. Um, so yeah, 80% of the work he's actually the one who's contributed to it, not me by any means. All the credit to him. but I have the idea about behind it. So, anyways, what I want to say here is that this is just a initiation, let's say, for those programmers there who actually are looking for to start something like this. Maybe there are. I hope there are people who are interested in doing Quranic research and uh, and actually build something to understand it more numerically. So why I keep saying that, because for each chapter in the Quran, like the Fatiha here, for example, we have split like everything to it, like every little detail of every verse. So say here, Al-Fatiha, this is the file name. This is the file name that you use here to get to the. By the way, this is purely for programmers who understand what an API is, what and what is a JSON file is, to read those from the front end. So excuse the complexity for the people who are not familiar with programs or programmers stuff. So this is the file name that you put here, and then for each verse you get the verse index, and then the text of the verse, and then the number of the words and the number of the letters of each verse of the Quran, and then you get the occurrences of each letter as well, like all put there for you to um, do your calculations. Indexes like the letter indexes, like the position of the letter. For example, Ba is 1, C is 2, M is 3, right? M is 12 again, right? Because it's 3 and then you count, it's 12. So it gives you like that uh, information, I guess, this data, I guess. And same for the words. So, for example, if we go to, because I know this is the shortest verse. So, like this here, for example, alayhim, it's 2 times. Word occurrences is like this word is mentioned in this verse 2 times. I'll show you like in different uh, um, chapters as well, so you can understand. I guess it's clear. And then also the same to the index word indexes. Like alayhim is in position 4 and position 7. Like if you read the whole thing, like 4. Alayhim. So in this verse, it's in position 4 and position 7. So like, and it gives you that for each verse. Also, these are available, this data is available for the whole Quran, like the position of the whole um, um, each word and each verse. But like, it needs to, excuse me, it needs to be worked on in the back end for those who are interested, because it's there, but like, according to what you want to do, you can like play around with it. So, for example, here I have like this is the search engine here that looks up everything. This is like here you can. By the way, I didn't introduce this. So, like the idea about that is to have like a, a search engine, Quran search engine, let's call it, because you can go and like look for anything you want here that is in the Quran, and then it shows you where this is has been. mentioned in the Quran. So you click on it. Once you do, you get a list of those verses, like first Bismillah Rahman, Bismillah Rahman, Bismillah, mentioned one time in Al-Fatiha, and then if you go to like again here in Hud is mentioned again, so you click on it, it takes you to that verse in Hud. You go like it's also in the Naml 27, chapter 27. You click on it, it takes you to chapter 27 where that is mentioned. So you see what I'm saying? Like you can also add other terms that you want. For example, whatever Rasul say. For example, Rasul, and you click on it, and now you have another entity here. You can also research the word Rasulullah in all the Quran where it was mentioned, how many times? Because here it gives you 18 times that is mentioned, which is here too. Bismillah 3 times, and you can then switch between them, right? So like the idea is to have like easy access to for Quranic information really quickly, without having to, um, you know, have to have to open 100 website and I don't know what to find, for example, how many words a verse is or how many letter a verse is. So so this is the idea, is just to give quick, accessible, really quick access to information about the Quran. So so that people who are really smart and really interested in, like studying it more and researching it more are actually able to do that with easy tools rather than having to, like, for 1400 years and now 100 years since or say 60 years since the computers, and no one thought about doing making a tool to study it in a way that is scientific. It's still being read like it was read 1400 years ago. It's ridiculous. Because I say it's ridiculous because the treasures in it are endless. And I know that because I have scientific background and I have Quranic background. I know both worlds. And I I was very interested in knowing what it is for 10 years. And I think, okay, it's my opinion, whatever, but this is a message from the divine, the divine, uh, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And the reason it's I'm talking numbers is because it's numbers is a universal language. Any human can understand 1 + 1 = 2. And that's the language that needs to be decoded in this book for humanity to read, to listen to the creator. You know what I mean? Definitely not the way it was interpreted through Muslims nowadays. Definitely not the way, but rather in a when you look at it objectively, which is impossible actually, to do that in English because English is only the interpretation of someone. It's not the words of the creator. The words of the creator are in Arabic. So like to really grasp the um, non-numerical meanings of the Quran, you really need to learn Arabic. But But because God is God, who is the creator, Allah is the creator of the universe, because He's that, He also talks with humans in numbers, which He is doing in the Quran. Now, maybe this is like new stuff for a lot of people, but um, regardless, this is what I'm doing. Why I'm doing this is for the interested in holding this up maybe and picking it up and like maybe keep going with it because I do not have the energy to complete to keep going with it. But I have the I have the program, the code, the whole thing in here uh, in my uh, GitHub, and it's two sides, two like so it's really simple actually. Vue, it's a Vue for front end, like it's a JavaScript library. Vue, if you are familiar with it, it's really simple to understand. If you are familiar with Vue, really simple to understand it and you know what I mean, like the components are very simple and all the views in it, everything is just lined up perfectly. And I use also in it Vuetify library, Vuetify, which is really um, simple simple graphical helper, I'd call it, for Vue JS, because those like it gives you a lot of features that you can do with really minimum amount of code kind of thing. If you are not familiar with it, I really highly recommend it if you are a Vue developer because it's amazing. It uses Google Material philosophy, they call it, I guess. So like when you make something, it has to kind of like look like a Google application. Kind of. If you want, you can definitely make it look like a Google application. But in general, the visual components that they give in this library is really nice. It follows Google's philosophy of material design. So I had to also mention that. So like I said, it's a Vue of JS uh, code program is Vue.js. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of documentation. I'm so sorry about that. But my life is a mess right now for personal reasons. Um, but if again, if you are a developer, especially Vue.js or like any kind of um, reactive front end developer, you would understand the code because it's really simple. So that is for the front end. Now for the back end, right here. For the back end, I'll share all the links here in the thing, in the box description thing below. Um, yeah, everything like those, the API. Yeah, these are online actually too. So like, if you also want to hover around, like surf around a little bit, if you are interested. Um, so that'd be nice. And I'll put on all the links to the API and whatnot. So here is the back end, and it's Laravel. Um, Basically, you really don't need a lot from it unless you are really an expert and you will uh, and you will add to the program. So here is all what you need is in the API. This is the roots for like all the API stuff, that all that it does and how it splits, like it calculates the surahs, calculates the verses, the letters, everything. So like basically this is your guide to what the backend does, this file, which is roots and then api.php. So that for the backend. Also, if you are a Laravel developer, the reading it, it would be really easy for you. Like understanding the classes and all that will be really simple. I hope. I think it is. Sorry again for the, I don't know, rushed message, let's say, but yeah. Uh, yeah, I guess that's that. So like, uh, I hope you guys pick it up, start searching, start adding stuff to it because I think it deserves more than what we've give it through the years. So thank you so much. If you are still watching, I don't think anybody's still watching, but if you are, thank you, and hopefully the world will be better soon. Take care.